Hey, hello. The curtains have come down finally. Did you enjoy the closing ceremony? I didn't want to watch that because I'm not closing. As I told you yesterday, the sign at the door there says, "We are open for business. We are still open for a good time." Because life continues beyond Paris, right? Those runners, those athletes, those poll voters, they still have a life to live. So they go back to the drawing board for those who failed. We, the spectators, have to live on in our own Olympics every day because life is an Olympic event. I think the Apostle Paul said, live your life like you're preparing for Olympics. So if you do that every day, you can perform at the highest level. That's the calling from Olympics. That's the calling from the village. And I'm joining the post-Olympiad times. Hey, Joel Chestnut here, catching up with a few things to think about beyond what we saw, beyond what we celebrated, and appreciating life in general. But before I say good night, goodbye Paris, goodbye France, goodbye the Colosseum, I got a few things maybe to catch up on some of the events that I missed to highlight. I'm going to go back to the 5,000 meters men. I'm going to highlight the Norwegian Jakob Ingebrigtsen. I think people underestimate the character of these young men. I think people look at his swagger, they look at his demeanor, they look at his tattoos, they look at his speeches, they look at what he says about competition. Hey, he knows how to do his thing, doesn't he? The 5,000. I would say this, he's legit still. I think he's still a character. He sounds controversial. And if you're not controversial, you're not doing anything. That's what I say. So for him to do that gold in the 5,000 and the Kenyan Ronald Kimoy getting silver, and then Fisher from US getting another medal, that was great. I think I enjoy watching our race. They just ran, they play right into his hands. You don't toy with a 5K when you have Jakob in the race. When are we going to learn our lessons, competitors? You did that in the World Championship. Took a cup of water, spit it out, and went and won gold. And the field was good, the field. In fact, the other day for the 5,000, if I go back, that field was deep. I think there was an Ethiopian, 3 Ethiopians had one of the best times coming into that final, that Olympics. And I'll say something about the Ethiopians that at the end here that hopefully you see too. But that 5,000 was nice. It was great to see Jakob doing what he knows how to do. He did what I call the repertoire route. You know what repertoire was? Repertoire was the redemption route where you go what I call the road to gold. You did look at detour. He did a detour, and he's not the only one who did a detour. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is joined by Faith Kipyegon and Stefan Hassan. These 3 athletes, they missed gold in everything they started with. Faith missed it in the 5,000 because Chebet got the gold. Faith is like, okay, I'll get my repertoire because repertoire to me became what I call the redemption route. How do we get to the podium and not just be on the wings but at the top, at the apex? So Faith took her repertoire seriously, and she gets gold in the 1,500, and eventually she owns. Pretty much, I think it's been proclaimed, it's been announced, it's been said. Stefan Hassan, Somalia-born, Netherlands nationality, woe unto those who write that woman off. What does she do in the marathon? She drops the competition, almost creates another controversy with, I got some elbows that are tougher than you. Is an Ethiopian who had the best time coming in. I don't know if she holds the world record, but Ethiopia gets relegated to silver, and the Kenyan Helen Obiri from Kisi Bosongo gets bronze. Chepchirchir, the defending champion, doesn't medal. She fails really bad. I think 4th place for another lady Kenyan lady. It was a brilliant race to watch. And Stefan Hassan takes a repertoire, 2 bronze and 1 gold. That's not a bad Olympics. Who thinks that's bad Olympics? That's great Olympics. Well done. I'll go as far as saying, if we are to be realistic, so Stefan Hassan should have been the MVP if we had one of the entire Olympic showdown. That's me as a runner. She goes through the rounds of 5,000. She goes through the rounds of 10,000. She wins medals in those 2 events. And then she goes, and how do you finish with marathon? How on earth are you thinking, Stefan Hassan? The scream, the wailing, the idea that I've won gold in these Olympics after missing out in 2 events. If you go bronze, and you get gold at the end, why is the world not applauding that they did? I did. I think she's the MVP, most accomplished. Any miles, the odometer was almost not moving because 42.2, and then you add 6.4. You can do the math. This woman almost went let's put it this way, almost 50 miles, or I don't know how many kilometers that is, to get a gold. That's how long it took her. That's perseverance. That's being a true champion, Stefan Hassan. I'll mention you as a woman that deserves to be mentioned. Again, it was a repertoire she had to do. She gambled, she went to this, she did that. The same thing with Faith. She tries the 5,000, she gets silver. She says, no, I'm not done. I'm gonna go get a gold in 1,500. She does. Well done to those women. And I think this Olympics kind of capsulated, kind of gave us a glimpse into the womanhood and the idea that women can do as well. Well done to all the women that participated. I'm mentioning just those 2 in particular. But I'm gonna finish with something to reflect on about Ethiopia. They really wasted their time, wasted their talent, spent a lot of energy creating controversy and circus, being catalyst to nowhere. I was pretty much like, oh my goodness, how do you waste such a talent of Sege Guda? I watched her in the 1,500 meters final, and I knew the demons, the whole idea, the curse of the 5,000 meters had caught up with her. The camera saw Gude back there almost wishing she wasn't running at all. I hope she recovers, because this Ethiopia team, this idea that you have to mention in every controversy, in the 5,000, having somebody disqualified so that maybe you move up, is one of the worst things you can ever do. And Ethiopia needs to look in the mirror and say, we got talent, we can win. But what do? You are just catalyst. You are cradling controversy after controversy. You are creating it. The one in 5,000 to me was malicious. It was almost intentional. It was stupid, to say the least. And then in the marathon, this Stefan and this Ethiopian lady have a little tangle. Why do we have to create so much drama? And then, do you know what's so sad? As a country, this is the worst outing in the Olympics Ethiopia has ever had. They get 1 gold, and and then silver. They got 1 gold in marathon in Tola, which I know of, and they got a silver with the women marathon. Those are the only events that they were relevant. But if you look at the Olympics, you might think they won all the medals. They don't even medal in the 5K. Men, they were shut out. In 10,000, I think Segawi barely got them a bronze or a silver, something of that nature. What a waste of talent. Why do we have to go Hollywood with Ethiopia every time in Olympics? They have a history, by the way, and it's not a good history. From when, they have great runners, don't get me wrong. When we have Kenenisa Bekeles of those times, we have Ele Gabriel Selassie of those times, these guys are supposed to be winners. They should be winning. We should have I remember, what's her name? The great lady who was dominant at one point. They've had great athletes. But to waste a whole Olympics of 2024 in controversy, that's all you are known for, and then you get one gold and one silver. You know, Ethiopia pretty much wasted their time in a circus. What a tragedy. I just had to plug that in because I look back, I was like, you must be kidding me. Again, those are my post 2024 Olympics, and it's been brilliant. I've enjoyed interacting with you guys. But if you think I'm done with athletics, you got another thinking coming, because you know what? As I said, I got open door policy, and we are open. We never know what's coming on this channel, because love flows like a river and it's coming your way.